In this video, we're taking a look at the brand new Paperlike 2.1 to see if it's worth the upgrade from version 2. So let's jump into it. Hey, welcome to the video. So it's actually been a couple of years since I put the Paperlike version 2 on my iPad, and it's still on here right now. And a lot of people asked in that first review, what would the Paperlike hold up like after months and months of use? So I thought, before I show you the Paperlike 2.1, let's take a quick look at how the Paperlike version 2.0 is looking. So let's take it off the iPad and take a quick look. Now, for 2 years of average wear, I'd actually say it's looking pretty good. Now, I'm not a digital artist, but I do a lot of note taking. And I actually used the iPad for quite a while with the scribble to text feature for almost a month without using a keyboard. But anyway, let's quickly unbox the Paperlike 2.1 and then we'll stick it on the iPad. Okay, so let's take a look at what's inside with the Paperlike 2.1. I'm expecting it to be pretty similar, to be honest, but let's take a look. So there we go, make your iPad feel like paper. So let's open it up, let's rip this here. And usually there's not too much in here. Let's have a look. So we've got the packaging there. We've got our notes, very similar to the old one so far, which is great because the way that applied was fantastic. So we've got, looks like they're supplying 2 Paperlikes again, like they did last year. I actually only ever used the one. We've got a bit of paper here, a nice little note from the company, and then our installation tools. So we've just taken all the bits out of the bag. We've got our dust absorbers, some help stickers, some cleaning wipes, the dust absorber, which essentially got 2 of those, and a really nice microfiber cloth. And I think I'll be keeping this. I do like a nice cloth for cleaning my screen. So let's jump into it. I think first of all, let's take the old Paperlike off this iPad here. So I'm not sure the official way of doing this. I'm just going to try and pull it off and see what happens. It's actually coming off very, very easily there. So this is the old one. And there we go. There's the other one. We can maybe see a little bit more clearly there. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to just polish the screen very slightly with the cloth. You don't really need to do that yet. This says, okay, Paperlike side, and it says sticky side. So looking at the video, it looks like you want the Paperlike side facing up like this. And then we're going to use, if I remember last time, the camera here as the kind of lining up mechanism. It does look slightly different. I don't know if the notch looks smaller or what, but let's just try and line this up here. Okay, so let's stick these guide stickers on. We're going to put one at the corner top here, one in the center, and then one in the corner here, like so. So now what I'm going to do is stick these stickers down. This is always the tricky bit I felt before, because they don't always play nicely. So let's just put this here. This one here is stuck to the table. Let's take him off. There we go. So I'll put those down. There we go. I feel that's a little bit better there. Now we're going to stick this on here so we don't get any dirty fingerprints. So we need a wet wipe, the dry wipe, and the dust absorber. So now let's clean the screen with this cleaning wipe. Obviously I had the Paperlike on before, so I want to make sure that I get rid of all of the kind of glue marks that I had from the previous Paperlike. And then we're using the dust absorber just to get any final bits of dust off the screen. Okay, so now for the scary part, I'm going to start lifting up this part here. And then we're going to hopefully start applying it to the iPad. There we go, it's on. We've got a few big bubbles here, as you can see there. I'm going to use my Tesla car key to try and get these out. Now this takes a little bit of time sometimes, and don't worry, you're not going to scratch your Paperlike because there's a top layer on here. I was a bit worried when I first got this that I was actually scratching the brand new Paperlike, but you're actually just getting out these air bubbles before the application is complete. So I'm going to spend a bit of time now just getting these out. I think when I put these on the first time, I have hardly any bubbles. This time I've actually got quite a few. Okay, I think that's all of them out. So next up, we have to lift this off. And there we go. The Paperlike 2 is now on the iPad. Let's take a look. Okay, so unfortunately I have got a couple of little bubbles here that I can see already. Give it a little clean. Sometimes you can get these little bubbles out with just the microfiber cloth. And I found that one of them actually came out after a couple of days. So hopefully I'm gonna get this. There we go, he's out. There we go, the new Paperlike is on. So essentially, before we take a proper look, what is new with the Paperlike 2.1? So essentially, it's the same product. It's gonna feel much more Paperlike when you use the Apple Pencil. But what they've improved this time round is they've increased the nano dot texture of the Paperlike, so it's much closer together. So what that should mean is you get a much clearer Paperlike. The other one was very slightly fuzzy. I didn't mind it, to be honest, because I wanted it to be really anti-reflective, especially when we're filming videos like this. Without a screen protector on at all, the iPad is extremely reflective, especially when you have these studio lights. So I would have bought the Paperlike just for that. So I'm gonna grab my Apple Pencil in a moment, but if we take a look at the screen, it's actually looking very, very clear. And I can say, hands down, this is a lot clearer than the previous version. The previous version was already very clear. So if you have one already, I wouldn't necessarily need to really jump to upgrade, but yeah, it is much clearer, especially at different viewing angles. I used to find that the Paperlike, when you had it kind of at this angle, you would kind of see the coating almost. Now you can barely see it at all. It's a bit like the anti-reflective coating you sometimes get on Mac, so that's really nice. But let's grab the Apple Pencil and see what it's like for writing. So I'm really impressed with the new Paperlike 2.1. It's actually a bigger jump than I thought it would be from version 2. And obviously, if you saw my last video, you'll know I'm a big fan of Paperlike. And they don't pay me to say this. This is not a paid review. They do post one to the office, but I'm not going to give any company a good review just because they send us a $30 product, you know. So I can genuinely say, hand on heart, this is a product that I would certainly recommend for the iPad. If you use your Apple Pencil for art, for drawing, for writing, this just makes a big difference. It really does feel like you are writing on paper. And I would say as well that the anti-reflective coating is a lot better. So if you're using your iPad for media consumption or video editing in something like LumaFusion, it's going to make a big difference. I'll put a link in the description and as a pinned comment to the correct version of this Paperlike. So if you do want to pick one up, you can grab that from the Paperlike website. But of course, the link will direct you to the 2.1 and not the older 2.0. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave me any comments below if you want to ask me any questions about this, and I'll see you in the next video.